So we are just T minus 17 hours away from the India versus Sri Lanka Asia Cup final. Remember, lots is at stake here for both India and Sri Lanka as we look ahead into the World Cup. This is the final pit stop for Sri Lanka and this is the second last pit stop for India in their World Cup preparations. Remember, whoever wins the Asia Cup gets into the tournament with some amount of confidence. India, if they win, it will be their 8th Asia Cup crown, a record extending 8th Asia Cup crown, 7th in the ODI format. For Sri Lanka, they will equal India with 7 Asia Cup titles, 6 ODI and 1 T20I title. Now, we know that Sri Lanka have been plagued by injuries. Mahesh Theekshana is now out and that is why you may either see Dushan Hemanta or Saran Archige come into the team. But what about India? Because remember, India made wholesale changes in the game against Bangladesh. Now, all of the seniors are coming back, but there is still a debate over one position. So, as you know, 5 changes were made in the game against Bangladesh. Although it was a dead rubber, a second string Indian team lost to a second string Bangladesh team. And Virat Kohli went out. Then there was Hardik Pandya was rested, Kuldeep Yadav was rested, Mohammad Siraj and Jasprit Bumrah were all rested. All of the senior players are going to return for this particular game. So, most of the playing 11 sorts itself out. However, there is one major squad announcement in that Akshar Patel has been ruled out, Washington Sundar has been flown in and he's been drafted into the squad. Now, whether Sundar will get a chance depending upon the nature of the wicket that you'll get at the Ketarama, or is there one more change anticipated here? Because we don't know the injury situation regarding Shreyas Iyer. He was batting in the nets in the game prior to the game against Bangladesh, but in the press release that came, Shreyas Iyer was not picked in the Bangladesh game because he had not yet gained full fitness. And because of that, if Shreyas Iyer doesn't play in the Asia Cup final, then it looks like his World Cup chances might take a slight hit. Remember, if he's past fit, but they do not want to risk him, then he will play the Australia series to ensure that he is fully fit indeed. But Shreyas Iyer, his inclusion in the playing 11 might not happen, although it could help the team composition and also it could help in the playing conditions because he's an excellent player of spin. But this might not happen in the case of Washington Sundar. If the pitch is spin friendly because you've lost Akshar Patel, getting in Sundar might be a bit risky. So, looking at the situation, they may want to persist with a stable 11 and that is why India might not want to ironically experiment a lot more in the final. So, India may have made 5 changes before the final. Now, heading into the final, they may not want to make much changes and that is why they may not want to risk the batting order that much and that's why Shreyas Iyer might not get a chance. But in an ideal world, if he was past fit, then he might have slotted in the Bangladesh game. But in the final now, I see it very difficult that Shreyas Iyer is going to fit in. So, heading into the final, this is the playing 11. Rohit Sharma, Shubman Gill, automatic selection, Virat Kohli slots back in. However, there can be a position duel for the number 4 and number 5. Maybe Ishan Kishan bats at 4, KL Rahul bats at 5. Because remember, KL Rahul has achieved success at number 5. But with Shreyas Iyer not coming in, maybe they are looking at KL Rahul as the backup to number 4. Maybe. That might happen. So, KL Rahul, Ishan Kishan, Hardik Pandya comes back in. Ravindra Jadeja, he has a lot of answers to do with the bat. Because remember, a big contribution from Jaddu with the bat has been long term pending. And that is why this is the final where he'll be hoping to achieve some success. Then you got Shardul Thakur. I don't see Washington Sundar automatically slot in because although he was with the camp, he was with the Indian cricket team camp in Alur, it might not happen. He just doesn't have that much of game time. That is the reason why. He didn't even play half of the IPL because he got injured. What do you do then? Then you got Kuldeep Yadav who slots back in, Jasprit Bumrah, Mohammad Siraj. That is likely to be the playing 11. The only issue is if Shreyas Iyer is past fit and he comes back in, what happens? Then, unfortunately, what might happen is Ishan Kishan goes out. That is the only way I see Shreyas Iyer slotting back in because Ishan will go out, Shreyas will be number 4, KL Rahul will be number 5. That should be the ideal situation if Shreyas Iyer is past fit. But with Iyer not been past fit even for the Bangladesh game, slotting him back for the final is a rather risky task indeed. So, we are all set for the final. India's playing 11 is all but known barring one position. Depending upon the pitch, depending upon the situation at the Ketarama, we will probably see 1 or 2 changes, or maybe there might not be much changes at all. Compared to the game against Sri Lanka, maybe this is the same team that you're going to take out minus Akshar Patel in this situation. Thank you so much folks for joining us for this live. We'll be back with more updates on sports today. Tap the bell icon so you know when we go live, and don't forget we're on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram as well. Thank you.